Hello and welcome to another edition of the ICA ChiroCast. Today's ChiroCast, we're going to focus on the ICA Sports and Fitness Science Council. And I'm happy to have a couple of guests today. Joining us today is a true titan in the strongman world, Trey Mitchell, a multi-time America's Strongest Man winner and the world's Strongest Man finalist. Known for his humble but fierce approach, we're also joined today by Dr. Todd McDougle, the chairman of the ICA Sports and Fitness Science Council. You guys ready to dive in?
Yes, sir.
All right, Trey, what first drew you into this sport of the strongman?
So I grew up and watching it on TV, just World's Strongest Man and IFSA, seeing the run and just really drawn to the sport, just watching it. Thought it was super cool watching the guys lift these amazing weights. And I did football a couple of years in high school. So I just really enjoyed challenging myself physically, seeing what I could do in the weight room, just lifting heavier weights than all the other guys. And after the last game of our senior season, I want to keep on working out. I want to get fat and lazy like all the other guys usually do. And so I wonder if I can do that strongman stuff, and did a little research, found a local strongman competition and signed up for the team division. I was 18, still in high school. So I signed up for it and trained really hard and won it. And just, I want to do World's Strongest Man one day. And after, that was in 2012 when I did my first competition. So my first year in World's Strongest Man was 2019.
Awesome. Along your way, what do you think has been your toughest event or challenge? And then how did you find the way to push through it?
What was my hardest event?
Your hardest event or challenge, and how did you find a way to get through that hardest event or challenge?
It's just coming up through the sport or whatever, was just slowly building up the strength. And I was usually always stronger. I was definitely stronger for my age group. I was doing competitions in the open when I was 18, my first year with 18, 19, and 20. I think my first nationals, like amateur nationals, was NAS at the time, the North American Strongman Corporation. And that was in 2013, so I was 19. And that was a big year. I think they said that was the biggest year they had at the time. Maybe might have been 60 athletes,
Wow.
give or take, in the open division. And I placed top half, just north of the top half, and mid of the pack. And it was just slowly coming up in the sport. After so long, it was just me and a couple of other guys just going back and forth trying to get to the next level of the pros, competing World's Strongest Man and America's Strongest Man.
Awesome. So we're on a chiropractic podcast here with the ICA. So how has chiropractic care influenced your performance, and maybe even talk about a little bit of your recovery time because of chiropractic?
Yeah, like I had some back issues growing up just from injuries, being on a farm, just a kid playing around and getting injured. Like I was trying to set up a pull-up bar and hanging from a tree limb in my backyard and trying to do a pull-up. It was tied together with rope. The bar tied with rope, and the knot comes loose, and I land on my tailbone, and I had back pain. And I'm walking through my barn, and the floor is muddy and slippery, and I catch myself on a bar or whatever. It's just to keep myself from falling, and I pinched what was it? I think I pitched my L4 and L5, and this was like when I was 16, 17. That's when I started going to chiropractic, trying to fix that L4, L5 pinch, and took a couple of sessions, but that really helped. That helped me, and that's what started on my path at seeing chiropractic and taking recovery more serious, having to go to a chiropractor and seeing someone instead of just taking some time off, just lay around. And but yeah, definitely being in the sport of strongman, in the sport where you push yourself physically so rough. Like anybody that pushes your body to the limit on anything, like you're gonna wear your body down, and you need to maintain it. So like I've gone to chiropractic pretty regularly, and like when I met Todd, strongman competitions coming up, like I figured out he's definitely knows a lot more about the human body, a strongman, than the average chiropractor.
Yeah, on that note, Dr. McDougal, do you want to tell us a little bit about what it takes to adjust the strongman like Trey here?
Trey, until you stand in front of Trey, you don't really realize how big Trey is. Okay. And Trey has one of the widest backs and one of the narrowest waists, I think, in strongman. So I think, to say it gently, Trey is a freak of nature. And when you get in there and you take care of somebody as big as he is, you have to try and leverage everything you can to make sure that, one, you don't hurt yourself, and two, you don't screw up Trey's day and reduce his performance in any way.
Very good. So tell me about how you guys first met.
I think I'll let Trey tell that story.
First time I saw you was at that competition in Shreveport in 2013. That's the first time I didn't go up to your table or anything, but I saw you. But there was this one guy in the lighter weight class at that competition. It was a yoke and his hip dislocated, and the guys had to drag him off and they put him on your table, and he was able to walk right after that. And then I think I saw you at the Nationals that year in Denison, Texas.
Yep.
And yeah, definitely saw you afterwards the next morning, whenever you were crying a little bit from seeing so many athletes that day.
I tell you what,
Yeah, there were so many that competition.
I remember cramping up so bad. Went to the IHOP after, and it was a late night too. And you remember that it rained that night,
Yeah.
and oh my gosh, it was crazy. But that was at Chad Smith's burger place, right? There in Denison. And yeah, they had the big floodlights on, and the rain was coming down, and there I was with my wooden table still going at it. But you're right. I worked so hard that I went to the IHOP, and my body cramped so bad I couldn't get out of the IHOP booth.
I remember you saying that.
It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. But yeah,
Yeah, that year they changed it up or whatever. So the women and the lightweight men went first, did all the events in the morning, and then they had the middleweights go, and then the heavyweights open class didn't go until 5 p.m.
oh, it was late. It was so late, and everybody was exhausted, right? And it was warm that day too.
Yeah, yeah, it was a normal 60 or whatever, October
In Texas.
in Texas. I remember some of the northern guys, they said they weren't close to Texas, it's going to be warm, and they get there it's 60 degrees.
Yeah, yeah. I remember I did have a fleece on, come to think of it. But yeah, what a long day. It was so funny because it from that point forward, Trey and I were like peas and carrots, weren't we, buddy?
Good old country boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
you grew up on a farm, right? And your family still owns the farm?
Yeah, it's basically just a homestead farm or whatever. We don't just grow some vegetables for ourselves, and if we have extra, we give it away to friends and family. When my dad was younger, before they had me, they actually had an actual farm, like either 25 or 50 head of cattle.
Oh
They
wow.
dairy cattle that they milked twice a day, pigs and goats and horses. I had a lot of dogs growing up, and one horse and a chicken, but that's it.
Yeah. You got to be careful trying to milk those horses.
It comes out all at once.
Yeah. So, yeah, Trey and I, we've been to a lot of international events together over the years. And I was so happy to see he finally hit that podium this year, 2026, for World's Strongest Man. He's already been accustomed to winning some big things. He's won the Shaw Classic, for example, and you've done pretty well over in Giants Live too, I think, haven't you?
Yeah, I've made the podium a couple of, let's see, three second place finishes and a third at Giants Lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
And
definitely the biggest ones so far is winning Strongest Man on Earth twice. And now finally broke. So just have gotten fourth place a couple of times at the Arnold Classic and World's Strongest Man. And finally got the podium.
yeah, it was a great moment for us that have been rooting for you for so long. You've been so close to hitting that podium at World's Strongest Man several times.
Yes, yeah, I appreciate the support from all the guys. Yeah, definitely. Body was pretty beat up going into the competition, and got Dr. Todd and Mike to work on me before and during the competition to keep my body running. After the competition, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good and everything. And then the next morning, that's when it hits.
Train wreck.
Yeah, and then traveling too, that never helps.
Yeah.
having traveled all over and done all these events and competitions, I know you've seen Dr. McDougle, but you've seen other chiropractors too. Have you seen the advantage of seeing a chiropractor more trained working with strongman athletes versus the standard chiropractor?
Yeah, definitely seeing the ones that work on strongman and top level athletes are much more beneficial than the ones that only see the average human being. That they're not accustomed to seeing athletes, seeing their body. Like they can be maintained and help. I've tweaked my back and have to go to normal chiropractors, and they're helpful. But yeah, definitely not to the level of the guys that see the high level athletes.
I've taken care of a hockey team for 24 years, and I can always tell if they're left or right-handed when they lay on my table based on their shoulder stuff.
Yeah.
So I've always seen that the more you take care of a sport, the more you see the trends and stuff like that. So if I was an up-and-comer, which at 51, I am not an up-and-comer, but if you saw an up-and-comer, what advice would you give that up-and-comer?
To up and comer, just have fun and take it easy. Don't compete all the time. You don't get stronger from doing competitions. That's where you test it. Just maybe every 3 to 4 months. Just have fun with it and talk to the other athletes at the competition, make friends.
About recovery? I know, like when I was 16, you were talking earlier, I know I didn't have to stretch after an event. I knew I just bounced right back as I was 16.
Yeah.
Do you find to give some advice like that too about taking more serious at this young age so you don't feel at an older age?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. You need to take your recovery seriously. I started taking it seriously, more serious as I went on and everything. But you always try warming up before my workouts, and I didn't always stretch afterwards. Still don't, but yeah, you definitely want to stretch after your workouts and after competitions. You do want to take some time off, 3 to 4 days, just to let your body relax. And from that, you do want to maybe go to the gym just to move around, not lift weights, just maybe do a little bit of cardio and just go through motions of some stuff. But don't go for a workout. Oh, I'm not sore, so I can go work out, start
Sure.
training.
My question I was going to ask you is how do you balance the raw strength stuff with because chiropractic is also so much about wellness. So how do you balance your everyday strength and the wellness? I think you kind of just answered that.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And then I always like to, as we get near the end here, I always like to, first of all, before we get to the end, what's next for you?
The next competition is North America's Strongest Man in Victoriaville, Canada. That's the end of July, the 25th and the 26th. Yeah.
Coming fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming up quickly. Good events for me. Like I won that event in 2023 and really enjoy it. It's a fun in Canada. They do come out to support the strongman. It's one of the biggest draws to wherever they hold the competition.
Very good. What's one of your most famous or favorite competitions to go to? Which is the one you get most fired up for?
That's a pretty good question to get fired up. I think the Arnold has a really good crowd because what they do now is they have a big bleacher section just facing the stand where we're doing the competition, and so and it's usually filled with all the fans. So like you get a lot of energy from the crowd just cheering you on during the event.
I've been there several times. I almost get claustrophobic. It's so crowded. It's an awesome
Yes.
place to be. As we wrap things up, Dr. McDougle, anything you wanted to throw in here that I didn't ask?
No, I'm so happy that Trey had the opportunity to go ahead and share a little bit of his journey and the importance of chiropractic and the care that he's received and how beneficial he feels it has been from all of us who have had the opportunity to go ahead and help him grow and then be successful and try and stay on top during the process. And for me personally, Trey's one of my favorite guys, and he's just like my little brother. And every time I see him, it's a breath of fresh air. And so, yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the most part. But I love you, man. You're good people.
Thank you. I really appreciate you letting me come on here and all y'all guys do for us athletes.
Thank you, Trey. Thanks for tuning in. And if you like what you're hearing or listening to, make sure you hit subscribe. And if you'd like to learn some of the stuff Dr. McDougle teaches, make sure you come find us at the end of July next year, 2027. I don't want to ruin anyone going to see Trey compete at this year in July. So come see us next year at the end of July, and we'll have a little convention conference symposium where you can learn from some of the top ICA sports chiropractors. So to our guest, Trey, I'll say thank you. Dr. McDougle, thank you again, and look forward to seeing everybody soon. And Trey, The ICA Sports and Fitness Council always wishes you the best of luck.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.